SmackDown did 2.384, up almost 17% from the week before.
Yeah, this is interesting too because this was kind of a throwaway show. They did one of these what's it called for the
troops?
Yeah,
Tribute to the
something
troops. Yeah.
tribute to the troops. So this was kind of like a feel good show. Go ahead.
Before you start, can I read something to you that I read that I thought was kind of funny, but I don't really know what happened, and maybe you guys do.
Uh-huh.
So, did you read this thing that what's that girl that was playing Lacey Evans? Lacey Evans.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did you read what she wrote?
No, what's she write?
So she goes, I guess she got into a Twitter brawl, and while I'm reading this, you could look at it, Joe, with Sgt Slaughter's daughter, and I guess Sgt Slaughter. So it says, on offending Sgt Slaughter's family, I think they're weak. Remember that weak word we just talked about? Yeah, no disrespect to like Hall of Famers in WWE that have paved the way. He can, and his daughter can too. So record that. Have a good day. I don't know where that came from. They know the game. You go to work, you get told this is what you're doing. And what a lot of people don't know what was said and what was done and how they discussed it with him and they talked to him. And that is none of my concern. What do you call it in the military when you have seniors above you? You have a rank structure. In WWE, you're a performer. You're like down here, whatever goes above your head. It's like a lot of times, unless you start crying about it and go banging on doors. I don't like that. I'm not going to cry about it. You tell me what you need. You tell me what time the bell rings, and then I'll do whatever it is. Then, because I got a family to feed, a husband I love, and I say that with conviction because I made sure I was in shape. I made sure I could do the flippy flops, the drop downs. I made sure to create the character. They told me you're going to go out, you're going to do the Cobra Clutch, and he's going to come in and help. And then whatever happened. Next thing you know, he's not out here. I'm still doing the Cobra Clutch. So I don't know if he was supposed to go out there and he didn't. I'm not sure what but then she goes, but don't get mad at me because I'm doing my job. You know what I mean? Or let's have that conversation, right? And at no point was that conversation ever had. And whoever his daughter is, so from that side, like that was wild. It didn't ruffle my feathers. I kind of thought it was funny, like, bless their hearts. When a Southerner says bless your, they really mean. But I didn't lose no sleep over it. My family still got fed. I still did what I needed to do. And I just hope they keep that same energy, that same kayfabe energy, because when they see me, I don't do like that. So what happened there, Joe?
I'm looking at it now, and I remember this vaguely, but Slaughter's daughter, Kelly, on Twitter, tweeted that she's a poser. Hang on, I'm looking at more here. So they changed her look where she looked like Slaughter. She had the hat, the military vest.
Right.
And Slaughter's daughter tweets, no, this is not okay, WWE. Who does Lacey Evans think she is? There's only one Sgt Slaughter. There's only one Slaughter daughter, and she's just a poser. So I think they were trying to it looks like they were trying to set up, like they're working their own angle. Like, oh, maybe I can get my daughter against her and do a feud. That's kind of what it looks like to me. But
her daughter wrestles?
Slaughter says she's in. Sorry, hold on a second. She trains for all that Spartan. I don't think she wrestles, but he's like, oh, she's a kicker. And I guess maybe he was trying to get her involved. Maybe she's going to start training or something.
Well, let me just say this. I still think they missed out on a good storyline. Now that I read this, I would have the daughter come out and go, hey, I told you you're a poser. I'm Sgt Slaughter's daughter, and just puts the Cobra Clutch on her, right? And she's almost out, and then all of a sudden you hear Sgt Slaughter's music, and he comes out, and she kind of like powders out, and he's helping his daughter up, and then she comes and puts the Cobra Clutch on him. Bro, that's great TV to me, But yeah, I didn't know the daughter had gone at her.
Yeah.
So doesn't the daughter understand this is what WWE wants? And that's,
she doesn't work there anymore, though, Konnan.
Yeah, right. She don't work there anymore.
Yeah, Lacey Evans is done with WWE. That's why this is kind of weird.
Right.
It says here, Slaughter said about his daughter, she got a little upset with the WWE for Lacey coming out and using the move that I used. I didn't understand why they didn't come to me and say, is it okay? I would have said, yeah, it would be a blessing if you want to use my move. Imitation's the biggest form of flattery. I wish you would use it right.
All due respect to Sgt Slaughter, okay?
Right.
But we don't, we don't take finishing moves and hang them in the rafters when their careers are over.
Right.
Okay? When you're done with wrestling, you didn't when you're finished, you didn't take the move with you. It's
Right.
like it's not. Yeah, somebody else is using the move
Not
now.
only that, it's cool because it keeps it alive. It keeps
Right.
your legacy alive. Where people, hey,
Right.
that was Sergeant Slaughter's move, you know. And
Right.
yeah, that's like if WCW is still around and they got to call Hall and Nash to see if it's okay if they start the Wolfpack again, or who can they
Right.
put in it. You
Right.
know, if that's their entity and their property, they can do whatever they want. And I'm sure the Sergeant Slaughter character and all of that is their entity because they made sure back in the day they owned everything, right, Glenn?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And actually,
let's get-
Slaughter got fired back then because he went and did the G.I. Joe. And you know how that was back then. You didn't do stuff unless it was through Vince. Slaughter cut his own deal
Right.
over here, and he got fired. Similar
Right.
thing with Ventura when he did Predator. It didn't go through Vince, so that's just how it was back then.
Right. Well, in a way, I understand the wrestler. They got to eat and they want to blow up. But I also understand Vince. Vince made them, you know?
All right, let's go.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Go ahead.